Hi, darling. Welcome in. I am doing well. Ola Joe, welcome in. How are you? I'm here. I'm coming right now. I'll be right back. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Friday. What a guan, what a guan, what's a guan? As you guys can see, I am barefaced today because we're gonna do a clean girl makeup look today. Very, very natural. I don't think I want to do no lashes, none of that. We're gonna focus on doing a clean girl makeup. Good for everyday girls, good for the girls. Hi, darling, welcome in. Good for the girls who don't like too much makeup, but they still want to look good. So we're gonna do that. And this is gonna be very, very basic. So anybody can definitely do this once you have these things available to you. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, thank you, Daddy. I don't know who's that. But welcome in. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna moisturize our face. I'm gonna use this Believe Serum Primer from Dollar Tree. And we're gonna get a good amount. It's very important for you to moisturize your skin before makeup. So we're just gonna go in with that and massage it into the skin. And you always want to push all of that liquid up into your skin. And use your ring finger to get in these areas. Hello, welcome in, guys. Make sure you guys tap this screen when you guys come in. Welcome in, guys. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Welcome in. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to be spraying my hydrating mist. This one is from La Mercury. It's also sold at Dollar Tree. I really like it. We're gonna spray that. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much, my love. Tizzy, welcome in. We're gonna jump into some Laneige. And we're gonna put a little bit of this on our lips. Thank you guys so much for 4 likes. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So today we're going to be doing like a clean girl makeup, nothing too crazy. But I'm going to walk you guys through this step that you can use what you have basically to create a look that is going to be flawless, timeless, and yeah. Now, how I frame the face, I start with my brows. I always start with my brows all the time. As you guys can see, this is my natural brows. If you guys look closely, it's very sparse right here, right here. The back of it is very full, which I love. I wish that the front had the same fullness of the back. This one is a little bit sparse as well. Hello, welcome in. Hello. Welcome in. So we're basically working on the brows. And now, as I said, this is a natural makeup. So we're not going to go too heavy. Now, I prefer you can use pencils. You can use eyeshadow. You can use like dip brow. You can use a lot of different stuff to make your eyebrows look really good. Once you have like a spoolie brush like this, a detailed brush, angled brush basically, is very flat. And then you have a spoolie, you're good to go, and you have a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna go in with a nude palette. When I said nude palette, meaning very much warm tones like browns and blacks and stuff like that. I'm gonna jump into this dark brown. This palette is from Sephora Collection. Hello, darling. Hello, Anastasia. Welcome in. Oh, I'm gonna still play the music as well in the background. Thank you so much, my love. Hold up, let me tune it up. So we're gonna take this, the brown. When she step out, them can't stand. Face be clean, waist go low. Every move make temperature go. From lashes to the glossy pouch, she don't whisper, she shuts it down. Confidence loud, body in tune when an abu touch. Whole place boom, 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 boom. Wine slow, then speed it up. Baseline hit, make you spill your cup. Spoolie part. Chair to the dance floor crew. Makeup flawless, attitude too. This your one beat. When an abu wine, face on fire and the waistline fine. Raw energy, she cross the line. I'm just following my natural eye shape. So you guys see the difference? This is without any powder, and this is with powder. So we're gonna do the other eye. So we're going to use a flat tip brush just like this one. Very, very flat. So you can press it down. Now, when you want your eyebrows to really look, you know, clean, because you have pencil all around here, and this looks pretty natural to me, but you want it to be a little bit more defined, not too much. Oh, thank you so much, my love. How is the weather there? How is the weather? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I'm seeing some new faces today. Welcome in. How you guys doing? How is the weather where you're at? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. We're gonna go in with the darker shade. These two shades right here, we're gonna mix them. And this is way that you can correct all of the edges, and you want it to make it look as effortless as possible. Okay? And if you want to, I'll tell you one of the tricks that I used when I was starting out. I used to bring the concealer out, all the way out like that. And then what I do, I start right here, and I come like this. So that way, the brows are going to be on the same level. That's when I was first starting out. And I pull the concealer all the way over. So that way, hello. Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. And we're just gonna pull the excess product right down. We're gonna jump into our concealer brush. And we're just gonna blend that out. As you guys can see, the concealer, I put it all the way here so I can measure it so I don't go over or under or cut the brows down. And we're just going to take that excess product and we're just going to blend it into the rest of our face. Gonna jump into the spoolie one more time. And we're going to come from the opposite way. And we're going to pull it forward. And this is gonna make the beginning of your brows look a little bit more softer and a little bit more natural. Just like that. Then you want to go into the darker shade of concealer, which is this one right here. And we're going to clean up the top of our brows. Now, you can do the same trick that I just showed you guys. You're going to start from the front here, and then you're going to pull it. And you can make soft, well, short strokes, one. And then you're going to continue until you reach the edge. And then you're going to slightly just bring the brush in a sweeping motion, just like that. And then you pull the excess up into your forehead, up into your hairline. And as you guys notice, that the product is right here, so I know for the next side, I just can continue. And I'm just going to come straight over. That way, I can ensure that I have symmetry. Now, this is a very beginner-friendly way of doing your brows. So hopefully the tricks that I'm showing you guys will help you guys out when it comes onto your brows. So because I had that concealer all the way here, I know exactly I can just go across and then it will be even. So it will be even on the bottom and even on the top. Push out the excess product all the way up to your forehead, all the way up. And the trick is use either a foundation, you can use a foundation or a concealer that is like your complexion, that matches your complexion to the T, and you just want it to look realistically as possible. So as you guys can see, this is how our brows are looking. It looks like I just got it waxed, and that's the kind of look that I'm going for. You want it to look like you just came out of the salon and that young lady took her tread and she waxed you down. Either wax you or what do you call it? Treading? Tread your what do you call it? Brows. Okay? That's the kind of look that you are going for. It's very hot. I wish it was hot here in Toronto. It's cold, and I don't like it. And just go back in with the spoolie just to make sure that the front of the brows are as soft as I want it to be. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, this is optional. You don't necessarily have to do this if you don't want to. But whenever you put down concealer, cream products, foundation, you want to set it with something. And because we're going for a clean girl look, you're always going to gravitate to more earthy colors, like browns, like these colors. Very earthy type colors. Browns, nudes, those type of colors. What we're going to do, we're going to take a fluffy brush just like this, and we're going to jump into is this shade right here. So it's not as dark as this one, but it's more warm. Well, this one is more warmer. This one is more medium. This one has more of a red. This one has more of a red tint to it. So we're not gonna go for this one. We're gonna go for something that has a little bit more warmth. Up here, tap off the excess. And what you're gonna do with this, basically you're gonna put this all over your lids. Because you're warming up your lids. You don't want it just to look, flat. When you warm it up, I will show you the difference of when you warm up your eyes with like a brown shadow, how natural it does look, and it also gives you that little bit of vadavum. And we're just going to be using one shadow. So I'm telling you, this look, you can do it in your sleep. Basically, once you know the basics, I think it's very easy for you to recreate something like this. Thank you, darling. So you can see how the difference with my eyes right now. If you look at this one, it's more warm, it's more neutral than this. We want to do something that is a little bit more natural, but we still want to have on some bit of makeup. And this is just going to give your face a little bit more structure, as you can see. Look at it here compared to having nothing on. And we're just using one color. And we're just basically working that one color in. Circular motions. And just buffing that color into the crease, over the crease. Basically on the whole entire lid. Just like that. Where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just teaching you guys how to do simpler makeup because I have a lot of followers who are very new to makeup, one, or two, they don't wear a lot of makeup. So I want to do something for them so that they can always watch back this and see how they can do a little bit of something but not do too much. So that's what we're doing. We're not going to do any lashes or anything like that. We're just going to do mascara. Yeah, a clean girl aesthetic, basically. That's what we're doing. You're welcome. This is for the girlies that don't wear a lot of makeup. That's what we're focusing on tonight, as you guys can see. And we're just going to do the same thing to the other eye. You're welcome, my love. You are welcome. We're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Thank you guys so much for 5 likes. And again, this is the color that we are using. If you are more fairer or you're more lighter skin, something like this will work for you. Something that's more nudie or something like this. But because I'm melanated, I have to go with something a little bit more warmer. And we're just using one shadow. And we're going all over the lid. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is called tight lining. We're gonna use eyeshadow. Well, this one is from L'Oreal. It's a pencil. And what tight lining is, basically we're gonna come right close to our lash line. You wanna go close to your lash line as possible. Moko, welcome in, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For whatever reason, this pencil is not going on smoothly. So tight lining is basically giving the effect that your lashes is more thicker than they actually are. Let me grab another pencil because that one was not working for me. Okay, let's go in with this one. So you want to give the illusion that your natural lashes are more thicker. So we're going to go right under. And we're going to come a little bit over. Hello. So you see how the difference between this eye and this one? So it's like a tight line, so you want to go underneath your lashes, smoke it out from the underneath. I'm trying to do this in the camera, but I need to look in the mirror. And then you're going to take it just a little bit above your lash line, and you're just going to smoke it out, basically. And this is just going to give your lashes a little bit more volume, and you're going to pull it out. So you guys comment in, give me 1 second. Let me just do this because I don't want to poke myself in the eye. And while we at it, let's tightline the bottom waterline as well. You want to go as close to your waterline as possible. If you're cherry eyes like me sometimes, you need to get one that is waterproof so that it doesn't move throughout the course of the day. And like how that just kind of... How? Why you think that way, Moko? You see how it just kind of defines my face now that I have it tight line, and I just went over my natural lash line just a little bit. You can use I will prefer for you to use more of a creamy a creamy consistency, something like this that can glide onto the skin like this. I think this is the best thing to use. And with some products, it can definitely buff out and kind of give you more of a smoky look. And it also give you a little bit of time to play with the product, basically. So I recommend if you're going to tight line your eyes, use a tight lining pencil or a cream pencil and go in and do what you need to do. The gel, yeah. It all depends on like your comfortability as well too with these eye products, because eye products can be very, very tricky, especially if you have sensitive skin or you have sensitive eyes. You need to be really, 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 really careful what you put down on them. Now, talking about that, let us go into mascara. Now, for me, I don't particularly care about mascara, and I'll tell you why. Because 95% of the times when I'm doing my makeup looks, I'm gonna always have on a lash. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna always have on a lash. So for me, so for me, I don't really care about the mascara. No. I've never used this mascara before. This is one of the gifts that I got for Christmas. It has no name brand on it. I think it's just like a normal mascara, but let's see what it gives. Or gel pencil, yeah. I was using a gel pencil a little while ago, like this one I was using first, which is a gel pencil. And this one is like a screw up top, but this one I think is a little bit dry. So this one is how this one moved. And sometimes it works, and I don't know because I had the product too long. But you see how long it takes to build up? Yeah. So sometimes I don't like these pencils like that. But it all depends on what works for you. We're gonna go jump into this mascara. And let me see what this mascara can do for my little beanie lashes. Sometimes with mascara, you have to put on 1 or 2 layers to actually see the difference. I'm working the mascara from the bottom of my lashes, and I'm working it up in an upward motion. I'm looking at it. It looks like if this this mascara has a little bit of glitter in it or something. That's crazy. It's not too pronounced, but I can see like glitter. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has some glitter flakes in it. Can you guys see that? It's pretty. But it doesn't transfer on the eyes. Now I'm really trying to work that product in. We're gonna let that dry. How you guys Friday so far? Let me know, let me know. Are you guys drinking tonight? Are you guys going out? What are you guys cooking or what are you guys having for dinner? Let me know. Ooh. Thank you guys for 6 likes. I need to get that shit out of my nose. Good. You are? Okay. Are you gonna order in as well? My house live in oh, okay, I see. How are you guys liking the look so far? Very, very simple as I told you. We're not gonna do anything crazy, but these are just the steps that you can definitely use for your eyes to pop, but then it doesn't look like if you're doing too much. We're not gonna be team too much tonight. We're gonna try our best to just, do what we can and not do too much. You love the eyes? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna go into, we're gonna use a little bit of primer. And we're gonna focus the primer on the areas that I tend to sweat a lot. So we'll be in my T-zone area, smile lines, and under my eyes. And you may ask, why are you priming if you're doing an everyday makeup look? Because you want the makeup to sit down and you want the makeup to last all day. So it's always good to prime so that you can have that extra layer to lock in whatever you're gonna put on top. I'm just gonna work that into my skin, into my smile lines, into my forehead. Just work that product right in, right in. Yeah, definitely, Kate, I know. It will definitely give you more time to play around with. That's a good tip. That's a good tip. That's a very, very, very good tip. Oh, now, we're going to jump into concealer. Now, there are different types of concealers. You have very dewy concealers. You have very matte concealers. And then you have some concealers we can consider buildable concealers. So they're not actually um, fully coverage, but then you can build it up. Oh, that was, okay. That's okay. Yeah, I got it. No problem. No problem at all. So I can show you guys quickly what I'm talking about between the concealers. I'm just gonna grab 3 random concealers and we're gonna do the test on my arms. Now this is an hourglass concealer and this is in vanilla. And we're gonna put this right here. As you can see right now, this concealer is, without the shadow of a doubt, a full coverage concealer. We're gonna have the La Mercury concealer. This one is from Dollar Tree. That's number 2 right here. And then we're gonna have this one from Dior. And we're gonna put this one right here. And let's grab I have to grab 3 different brushes so that you guys can see it's a different one. Okay, we're gonna start with this one in the middle right here, and I will consider this one very light coverage, and we're gonna blend that out. It's doing something, but is it like really fully covering my arm? I don't think so. Let's flip the brush around. Let's go into the Dior. Make sure I have the right side. Yeah. This is the Dior. I will consider this medium to full coverage because you can build up the Dior one and get full coverage. Look at how that one is looking. So this one is, I will consider like a medium coverage. This one is very light. This one is very medium. And I'm going to go into a new brush and we're going to go into this full coverage one right here. And you can definitely see the difference between these 3 concealers. Even to the fact that I'm going to use that full coverage concealer and cover up the liner that we had put down earlier. So you see the difference between, full coverage concealer, like a hydrating concealer, not too much of a coverage, medium coverage. Now, the medium coverage can turn into a full coverage concealer. We're going to put some more of that Dior right on top. To my... It all depends on how you apply them, honestly speaking. The full coverage one would be the best, but it all depends. It all depends on if you have a lot of creases and stuff like that, using the lighter concealer will be better. But if you're just trying to like, okay, it's like how I have this one little line right here and this line right here. Yeah. No, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't at the same time, because you can use it to like camouflage your creases and stuff like that, but it wouldn't take it away completely. You're just gonna cover it and just kind of diffuse it in a sense, if that makes sense. So I think which one will work better for you if you have a lot of creasing. I will say maybe the lightweight one, because as you can see, it goes into the skin, goes into the fine lines, and you can't really notice it. With this one now, sometimes it will crease up underneath it. It will look horrible. So you just have to be very, very careful. Yeah. Yeah. For more mature skin, I will always tend to do something that is a little bit more hydrating, a little bit more like a medium coverage. If you want full coverage, a medium coverage I think would have been the perfect bet for you. Because like, see, I'm adding the second layer, and look how the second layer performs just as how this first layer performed. So it all depends on your skin and how, and this might sound bad, but I don't want you to take it in that way. But it all depends on your skin and how it looking and stuff like that will determine if you need less or you need more shadow base in my smile lines. Yeah. Yeah. Uh An eyeshadow base will work because I've seen KK does do that and I think it does work. Using a primer that is a silicone type of base. When you have a silicone based primer, what that does is basically going into the pores and kind of pulling it out and filling and smoothing it out. A silicone based primer does that really, really well. And then you put something over it. So you're basically going in and filling in all of the lines with the primer or the eyeshadow primer, same thing. And you're filling in the lines first, like you just saw me do for just a little while ago. It will help you not to see the crease as much. But we have to be realistic, and makeup is a realistic thing. When you talk and when you move, your face actually moves. So you want to work with something that works with your face, if you get where I'm coming from. Because eventually, you're gonna still see your natural creases and stuff like that come through. But when you're doing makeup, you're trying to prevent it as much as possible, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And thank you so much, Kay, for trying to explain what I'm talking about. So as you can see, so I will say Mocha. I will think I will go with like something that is, yeah, but I will say go with something that's more lightweight. But then if you want something that like probably just say maybe you have hyperpigmentation and stuff like that, you need to use like a color corrector concealer, something like this, depending on how this one you can use or more peachier color if you're more fairer. If you're more dark skinned, something that has a more of an orange tone or more of a reddy tone will definitely help you cancel out that. But I would say definitely between these two, do something like that. The full coverage one, I wouldn't recommend you doing the full coverage one. Yeah, as a beginner. Other than that, you can definitely use a full coverage and finesse it, but a little goes a long way with the full coverage one. So I hope you guys understand that. And thank you so much, KK, for coming in and help me with that explanation. Sometimes it's kind of hard to explain these type of products when I'm not seeing the person in front of me, because when I'm seeing the person in front of me, I can really assess and see, okay, what might work for you, what might not work for you, because I can say, my expertise and give you opinions, but would it actually work for you? Probably not, maybe so. But if I had the opportunity of seeing you in person, I can say, okay, then we're not gonna go with this one, but we go with this one because of your skin, stuff like that. If you're more oily, if you're more dry, all of these stuff has a part to play when you're coming on to concealers and creasing and stuff like that and into your fine lines. Okay, and yeah, definitely helps too. So it has, as I said, makeup can be fun, but it also can be complicated, especially when you're trying to find that product that works for you. So it can be very, very tricky. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little demonstration of the different products. I see. I see, I see, I see. Interesting. So all of these little tricks and tips will definitely help you guys find what works for you. And one of the things that I like about, like, even if you go to Sephora, I think Ulta does it as well too. Sometimes when you go and you buy something, or they give you something, you have a time frame to take it back if you don't like the product. And I think that's a good thing to have when you spend, just say you're spending $40 on a concealer, $40 on a foundation, it doesn't work for you. The fact that you can take it back and get your money back, or a gift card or something of that sort, I think that is so dope because these stuff are not cheap. Yeah. Oily skin is, yeah, acne prone, yeah. I have combination skin, so combination skin is basically the two. Here in my T-zone will always be oily, and if you can see, like, the out the outer perimeter, the outer perimeter of my face, is very dry. Very, 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 very drying. When I put on makeup, I don't have to worry about the outside of my face getting dry. Like from here to here, I don't have to worry about it. But when I have to worry is in my smile lines, in my nose area. As you can see, she always shine. And my hairline, especially if I'm wearing a wig or something like that, I tend to sweat in my head and it comes down. Yeah, sometimes my foundation. Okay. I see, I see, I see. Moisturize also help, yeah. Moisturizing, prepping the skin is going to be your number one thing. A lot of people when they think about makeup, they think about just putting on makeup and you putting on makeup that's going to solve everything. Having your face moisturized before, cleansed before, it it does help the makeup to sit properly. I have people who came to my chair. I had this particular client and she was a little bit clearer, a little bit light. And she told me she'd only wash her face one time every 2 weeks. And she don't use soap. She don't use anything like of that kind of stuff. She only used pure water and she washed her face. Ah, she washed her face one time every 2 weeks. She sat down in my chair and I did every time I do makeup I do a skincare routine first before I go into the makeup. I deep cleanse her face and I didn't put on a harsh cleanser, but I needed to go in with a cleansing swab. And I think I used the one from pharmacy. They have a really beautiful cleansing swab that you can use. And when I tell you the debris that started to come off on her face, honestly, in a situation like that, because I was at work, I could not decline the client because it's something that I can work with. But to see all that debris coming off of her skin, cleanse the skin, I did all of that. We prepped the skin, moisturize. I had to use serums. Have to use everything in the book. And when I apply her concealer and her foundation, it's the first time I've ever seen a product peeling. Like literally all her dead skin was coming off in the brush and it was just awful. To the point I had to call I had to call my supervisor at the time and let her know that I cannot continue with the service because at this point she needs a facial. She needs like a really, really deep cleansing facial to get off all of this dead skin and build up maca whatever before I can do the service. And then we had to cancel the service because there was no way that I felt comfortable using my brushes and stuff like that for a client who just basically, she needs more than what we can provide at the time. You know? It was crazy, but it's very important for you to wash your face, clean your face, do what you need to do, tone your face as well too. A lot of times people put on a face scrub or a face mask, and after they do that, they don't cleanse their face, they don't tone their face. Toning your face is basically helping your face to bounce back from all of the harsh things that you put on it to cleanse it and clean it. So it's very important for you to follow a good um, skincare routine in order for your makeup to look flawless. It is super important before you do anything else and for your makeup to look flawless, your skincare routine has to be flawless. The better your skin is, the more flawless and pretty and clean and blended your makeup is going to look. I can't stretch that enough. She has no reason. She just doesn't believe in soaps and stuff like that. She just use water every 2 weeks and wash her face. That's what she does. So it was hard for me to do that client, but yeah. People are out here and they don't do certain things and then they expect that their makeup's supposed to look flawless. But if you don't do the groundwork, like how? It's like building a house. If your foundation is not strong, eventually the house is going to break down or, the walls are going to get, it's going to blow down. The house is going to be done for if your foundation is not strong. If a little wind pass, yeah. So consider your makeup as like building a house. You have to lay a good foundation first in order for everything else to make sense. But you have people that come in and they expect you to do the world with their face, but they need to understand that, yeah, there's always the right and wrong way to do certain things. But skincare is very, very, very important when you're applying makeup. So I'm really glad that we got to talk about that. Yeah, I don't talk about skincare as much as I should, but skincare is super, super important, guys. Like, if you want your makeup to look good, flawless, and all that good jazz, skincare is a must. Definitely. Welcome in, guys. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. But I hope that demonstration helped you, Moko. I hope it did. Because that was a very interesting question. I'm really so glad that you asked that question and we were able to help you out in that way. And also, shout out KK for coming in and also, giving her 2 cents about skincare because she is a skincare connoisseur. She loves a very good skincare, even more than me. But yeah, that was really, 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 really interesting. Really, really good. But thank you so much for asking that lovely question. Okay. So what we're gonna do now? Yes, we can definitely talk more about that tonight if you want. Yeah, definitely. And guys, I'll let you guys know I'm gonna be a guest on KK's channel later on tonight, and I'm super super excited to come and caught up and have a good time. I hope you guys are excited. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. Skincare is very important. I'm working on my skin like really, really, really. And it's been looking good. She's been looking really, really good. Okay, so we're gonna get into concealer. And now, I want to keep it as cute as possible, but we're still gonna follow the guidelines of doing a full face. So we want to highlight the areas that we are supposed to highlight. Now, everybody highlights differently. We're going to take these two bright colors and we're going to basically mix them. And as you can see, my under eye is a little bit dark right here. And I also have creases right here. What we're going to do, we're going to use that concealer and we're going to come under it because we want to have a little bit of brightness, but we don't want to overdo it. Okay? A little goes a long way. We're gonna pull that down, pull it over. We're gonna highlight like how we normally highlight, but we're not gonna overdo it. A little down the nose. I like to highlight under my nose. Bring it around. It is cool your way and a boo. Oh, if it's cold, yeah, it is. It's terrible outside. I'm after this live stream, I'm gonna have to go outside to the liquor store and get me a bottle of something. And I'm telling you, I am not in the mood, but I have to because tonight I need to be litty. It's Friday. It's Friday, so I have to be litty for the live stream, right? So this is all of the highlighting that we're going to be doing. Today we're going to be using a stick foundation. This one is from Makeup Forever, and it's the HD, and the number is R540. And we're going to use that as our all-over foundation. And you see how nice this blends into the skin without me even blending it in? It does match my décolleté, which is here. Just like that. Before we blend anything in, we're gonna spray with our setting spray. And setting spray is also important because you want to lock it down and you want it to melt in your skin. This is a vital step that a lot of people miss out. You can use something that is more of a hydration mist, but I tend to use both. I tend to use something that's more hydrating and something that's more matte. And I interchange them as I go because I also want it to be matte, but I don't want it to be too dry. So I kind of interchange them as I go. So now I use this first to lock in all the moisture that I put down when I did my, my skincare before. I lock it down with the hydration one. Now that I have on the concealer and the foundation that I'm going to blend out, I'm going to put on the matte setting spray. Now, we're going to do that. Ooh. And that's just before we go in and do everything. Yes. I have to get something to drink. It's a must. I don't know if I want to do wine or I want to do like hard liquor. But I don't think the corner store sells hard liquor. So I might have to get like a wine cooler or something. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna have to go out in the cold. We're just tapping in all of the lighter concealer right now. I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, it's not. It's not a lot. We're gonna now work in that foundation. Make sure you get the ears together. Look how smooth and flawless my skin look. And that is because my skin is hydrated. My skin is moisturized. My skin is prepped with a serum moisturizer. And you see how beautiful the foundation just melts into the skin. And yes, it looks like if I have on makeup, but does it look cakey? Me and Kiki was talking about this, I think, a couple days ago or so. Like foundation stick um foundations. They are super full coverage. The only thing is with these foundations, the consistency is very creamy. As you can see, it looks like if like I am I'm very dewy. It gives very much dewy. And when you have cream products, as you can see, it looks like it's always wet. So this is how your skin looks when you have on foundation stick. But I love it. The good thing about it is you have to go in and powder it down for it to like not move around. But when I tell you it gives you good coverage and a little goes a long way with a stick foundation, it used to be my go-to. They have these ones in black opal, the goats. When I tell you the goats of stick foundation is black opal, and they have I can't remember the color that I used to use, but when I tell you black opal used to be the girl. This one is from Makeup Forever, but they have some more affordable ones. If you want some that's more affordable, black opal have some really 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 good. And what I like about the black opal ones, they have a large variety of shades and colors. The only thing about Makeup Forever doesn't really have the best range when it comes on to more melanated skin. I will say that much. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes they'll get it right, and sometimes they just get it all the way wrong. So it's a hit and miss when it comes on to Makeup Forever. When it comes on to their complexion product, I don't know if Kiki can testify if you have used Makeup Forever or familiar with Makeup Forever. I know you're familiar with the black opal, so you also can testify about the black opal as well. Okay, I want not if you're with you are family. They are very yeah. They are very, 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 very creamy. So for people who like dewier looks and want to look like if they are in the sun on the beach, like a foundation, cream concealers and cream products will work really good for them. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna lock this in with some powder. We're gonna go in our translucent powder. These are from, I have two of them. Where's the other one? Right here. So these ones are from Black Radiance. This one is my all over powder. And this one is my translucent powder. It has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, which I really, really enjoy. And for me not to look so wet, you need to set it with powder. And I'll show you the difference. Gonna look up. And we're gonna pat that in. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Cream makeup kind of right. Yes, definitely. So you see how this looks now that it's set compared to how it looks right here. You kind of want to more, like if you're into more matte, This is the way to go. And then you also have setting powders that are more mattifying and setting powders that will just set your makeup. There's a difference between those as well. Because when you have a mattifying powder, trust me, it locks down, it sucks all, when I say all of the moisture. Yeah. But I like this one because it does, but it doesn't do it to the point that I feel dry afterwards. And I'm just placing this down at all of the points that I highlighted. And I'm pressing the product in to the skin. And I know I'm going to leave from looking a little bit oily or wet to very, very powdery. We're going to go in with some more setting spray to fix that in a second. And sometimes I take the excess and I want to just tap it over my brows just so that I can get rid of that shyness. Because I don't want to look too shine. I want to look, just naturally glowing. Not wet at all. Yeah. Very, very good to experiment, Moko. By the time that we're done with you, me and KK, my love, you're going to be dusted for the quads. By the time that we are done with you. Hi, darling. Candice, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing everyday makeup, basically. Natural glam, but not, overdone. Just done correctly. I'll run you through what we did. We used one eyeshadow for our eyes, which is a very cool brown. We tight lined our eyes. We did put on mascara, but I think I'm going to go in with another mascara because this one is not doing your girl any justice. So we need something that's a little bit more stronger. We did concealer, foundation, and powder. Now we're going to put on our all-over powder. And another thing too, sometimes when you do have on your foundation and stuff like that, it tends to make your face one-dimensional. If you look at me right now, you do see the highlighted areas, but for the most part, my face just look one-dimensional. We're going to change that because we're going to bronze everything up and bring back a little bit more warmth to the look. Oh no, what kind of eyeshadow was that? You can use any nude palette that you have, but this one is an old palette that I got from Sephora. So it looks like this, and this, you will never find this again. This was like probably maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe. So anything that has warm colors. So very nude browns. Hold on, light, behave yourself. So this is the color. Can you focus? This is the color that we use. This one right here. Anything that's warm. If you're more lighter than I am, like you're more, on the Caucasian side, this will be your shade that you will use. Or you can use something that's a little bit more of like this ashy type of nude color right here. If you notice these two colors, or these three colors I haven't used much. I haven't used this one, haven't used this blue, and I haven't used these pinks. But the black, the dark brown, and this one, every day. And I like this shimmery wine color as well right here. I have my coffee palette. Yes, you definitely can use it. I love the coffee palette. It's one of my favorite palettes. I need to get back some more Juvia's Place palettes. One of the things I need, when I come back to America, I really need to go into Ulta and stack up on some Juvia's Place. The reason why I don't get them, because when I order them from Juvia's Place, you pay a lot of money, because you guys know what's going on. You pay a lot of money to get them into the country and stuff like that, and I don't have the time to spend so much money. But when I do go back to America, I have to make it my duty to go back into Juvia's Place and pick up some of my favorite palettes. Like there's a coffee palette and there's another palette that I think Kay has that palette. I can't remember the name of it. It has white. They're big pens. They have white, black, and then there's a burgundy in that palette. Oh my god, that used to be my go-to color. Like that used to be my color. I love a burgundy, a rich burgundy. Oh my god, that palette used to be the thing. It's a cream palette, and it has the artistry on it is like burgundy with white stuff. You know they do the tribal thing. That palette, I don't know what the name of it. Okay, if you're still in here, let me know what the name of that palette is. But I love that palette so much. But anyways, let's go into the all over powder. And this is basically how this powder looks. I'll show you guys that. You tap off the excess. And what you're going to do, basically, you're going to go into everywhere that you didn't put that highlight powder. And you're just going to make sure you set everywhere else. Make sure you set everywhere else. JVS Place have 60% off on the website. No, she was asking if the chocolate palette from Juvia's Place can, you know, help her with this look. Which I think so. Because it has, like, the warm colors in it. So I think the coffee palette will be definitely the best option to do, like, a very natural, everyday look. No, and I also was talking about that palette. Oh, I think you were asking me about that palette. The palette that is a cream palette, and it has the face, and it has the pens are very big, and it has a burgundy, it has a black, it has a white. It's a Juvia's Place palette. I've seen you play with that palette before. I had a video of it, an old tutorial video of it, that palette. I don't know where that palette is. I don't know if I left it in Edmonton when I was living there. But when I tell you that used to be my favorite palette, I don't know the name of it. Yeah. Yep. I don't know the name of that particular palette, but I love that palette down to the ground. Yeah. For an everyday, yeah. What is going on with my playlist today? She's not behaving. We're gonna spray it again. Warriors, okay. That's a palette. That's a palette. Yeah. So now that we have that, we're gonna go in with a hula bronzer. Going in with a fluffy brush like this. And we're gonna go all around the perimeter of her face just to warm it up a little bit. And as you can see, it gives you that subtle warmth where it doesn't look too much and it still looks natural. Take that and I come under my neck. Work it down. Lay it over here. A little bit on the nose. I'm throwing down everything, guys. Now, this is also one of my favorite dual blush highlight palettes. This is from Sephora collection. I don't know if they still have this one, but this is how this one looks. So it has two different blushes. The bronzer, I don't necessarily use the bronzer because it's not dark enough for me. It looks very custard ready, as you can see. So I would never use this, but I love the highlighter shade. It is a very natural looking highlight shade. Just gives you that extra little la 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 boom here. And it very, very easy. It blends in really nicely. Then you have this matte pink. I'll put a little bit here. So if you want to go for more of a matte look, you can just use that. And then you have the shimmer. We put this one here. So you see how that looks? Very, very natural. And this is what I will use for when I'm doing a natural look. If you want blush and all that other stuff. Because you still need the little blush. I don't care if you're doing a natural look. You still need a little bit of blush. So I'm just basically going into the two colors right here. And as you can see, it's very soft. It's very subtle. It's there, but it's still not there. And you see how soft it looks? But it also ties in to the no makeup type of look. You see how nice that looks? Just a little flush of color makes a difference. You see how that looks? Tell me you see how that looks. And then with the same brush, we're going to just ever so gently take the edge of the brush and we're going to put on a little bit of highlight. Just a little tip. And I also like to take the highlight and just put a little in the middle of my nose. Just like that. Tell me that does not look good. About yes, that blush can definitely be used because you don't have to necessarily use like more of a brown. You can use more of a light pink to give a more natural flush to your eyeshadow. So you don't have to do brown, but I just decided to use brown because I think in everybody's makeup, most likely they will have like a nude palette or something. But you can always use like a blush palette for an eyeshadow. It can be used as an eyeshadow, basically. And you can also, just like how Kay's saying, we can take this and we can also just like ever so gently brush it over everything that we have done to just give that little wash of color, you know? So you don't have to use the brown. You can use something that is a little bit more pinky, nude, and it will still give you the same effect. But I just wanted, to show you guys, like, there's options. There are options. And this is how I used to do my blush before I became a blush girly. But every so often, if I'm not doing too much, I then will do this. So if I'm going to like let's say an interview or something of that sort, this is what I will definitely use. The only thing, I would put on lashes. Because I'm a lash girl by heart. I'm a lash girl by heart. But the only difference is I would put on lashes. And I'll probably put on something that's a little bit more, natural. And I do have a pair of lashes right here on top here, which is very, very natural. So I think I might. Do you guys want me to put on the lashes? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to put on a natural lash, or you guys want me to put on more mascara. Hi, darling. Hi, Jet2. Jet2, Jet2, Jet2. Welcome in. Let me know, let me know. Moko, you love a lash now. You're a girl of my own heart. Hey, so we're gonna put on a little bit more mascara. This is a different brand of mascara because that one that we had a little while ago, she wasn't doing what the doctor described or prescribed. You can see a little bit more of the lashes, but as I said, like this, it's okay, but it's not giving me the ooh la la sensation that I need. I'm gonna take off all the excess foundation and stuff like that off of my lips. Okay, you guys want the lashes? Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. When I say she's very thin, don't expect it to be full. She's just gonna give us a little bit of a ooh, okay? I'm not a girl that wears small, dainty lashes like this. But for the sake of what we're doing here today, I'm going to do it for you guys. I need to learn the lyrics for my songs. Me too. I love a lash, girl. I love a lash. I will be in lashes and like a little lip gloss, and I can go about my business. But I love a lash. I love a lash. But these ones are very thin. We want to go as close to the lash line as possible. I'm just using my nails basically to clamp the lash down on top of my own lashes. Yeah. If the mascara was a good mascara, you probably would have given me this lashes. See? A lash takes your eyes from looking basic to looking stunning. Look how this looks. This is natural, don't get me wrong. And we're trying to do something natural, but you see how that lash takes you to a different place? Look at it. The power of a lash. The power of the lash will always set you free, okay? The power of a lash. Let's find the next one. It's Friday. I have to fight the DJ. I'm gonna have to fight the DJ. What the is going on? It's Friday. Like, what are you doing on the dub plate, my nigga? Mhm. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that word. What are you doing, DJ? Like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, it does. It's Friday. And it's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. Hey. Hey. It's Friday. Friday. Huh. Friday. Ah. Hey. Hey. Ah. We're gonna add a little bit more mascara. My favorite part, well, one of my favorite part is always gonna be lips. And then you're gonna go very, very, very simple with the lips. Always gonna be a brown lip liner, chocolate brown to be exact. Very dark, but not too dark. I really love my lips. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really, really love my lips. Oh, ah. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be full. It's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go in with the heat from Fenty Beauty. My girl Fenty, my Barbados sister. And we're gonna pop that right in the middle. Tonight is gonna be lit, guys. I'm gonna be on here doing makeup twice. Okay. A Fenty lip will always get you together. Wear gloss. Tell me, do I not look like if I'm working in the office? Huh? Tell me I don't look if I'm going to the office and working. Let me know. Hello, good evening. Thank you for calling Lashman Beat. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. Yes. Let me look in your file really quickly. What is your last name? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Your schedule is still there. Mm-hmm. February 14th? Yes. Valentine's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you so much for being a part. Yeah, we're having a really good promotion going on. Yes. But I also want to give you a bonus promotion right now. We have a 50% off of the lashes. Yeah. So you want me to add that to your booking as well? Mm-hmm. No problem. Yes. That's what we do over here at Lash Me Beat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're so lucky because you're going to get to see our CEO, Annabelle. She's going to be in the building February 14th. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, my love. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much for calling Lash Me Beat. Oh, wait. Trouble in the dance. Trouble in the dance. Yeah. No makeup look. Cutie. Very simple, very everyday. You guys like my acting skill? Was that believable? Was that believable? Just asking for a friend. I was just asking for a friend. I was just asking for a friend, you know. A little one and two, threes and fours. I feel like if I'm in the office, um, I'm, doing payroll, guys. It's Friday. The girls need to get paid. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ah! Yeah. And that girl, when you hear the computer just be going, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay, I need you to take out that and put in this, yeah. Mm-hmm. That presentation, you need a little bit more work. So working it over the weekend, and when you come back in on Monday at 5:45, I will definitely take a look at it and see if, you get what I'm getting, what I'm giving actually, basically, for the new launch. I think you're on the right part, but I think it's too wow. I need you to calm it down just a little bit, slide us through it, foreplay it, you know. Give us, ease us in, and then you surprise us with the blast. Yeah? Can you do that? Okay. No problem. Thank you so much. I'll see you 5:45 on Monday. Next person. Hello. Let me stop. I can be such a baby, guys. I can do that 24/7. But anyways, yeah. I feel very office, like, Wow. But guys, this is the finished tutorial on your everyday glam, which I think I did really, really well. Like, very, very soft brows. Normally, I will add black to my brows and define it a little bit more, but I didn't. We used one eyeshadow color for the eyes. We used some baby ass lashes, but I think it works for the look. We tight lined our eyes just to give it a little bit more body. We use brown lip liner and Fenty Heat on our lips. I have this so long that the Fenty is no more, but you can see from the top. This is our lip combo. The star of the show today, I think, is the HD Makeup Forever foundation. When I tell you this girl did what she needed to do, silky, silky smooth, matches my skin complexion, so good. Love her down. Yeah, it's an everyday look, and everyday look going to work, making errands, like, picking up the kids from school, going to a meeting, going to a little brunch. You don't want to do nothing too much, but you still want to look good, you know? Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I really do. It's cute. It's lightweight. It's everything. She's everything to me. Not too much. Yeah, she's yeah, the idea that people have that makeup has to be heavy or has to be full coverage, that's just a myth. You can wear makeup in a way that, it's not too much. You're still doing something, but you're not doing too much. Like, not every time you can have to do a cut crease, not every time you have to do full glam and all that other stuff. Full glam is nice, don't get me wrong. Full glam, the girls out there who like full glam, I'm always going to be a full glam girly, but there's a time and a place for every different things. And some people prefer to look like this every day, and then they'll probably change the eyeshadow or do a cut crease when they're going out. But makeup can be worn many different ways. You can do as, and I could even do something that even lighter than this by just using concealer to color correct and just go about my business. But I really wanted to teach you guys that you don't have to do it full glam all the time, but you still can do it and then look flawless like how I look and do what you need to do. If quiet as it's kept, I think this is a perfect makeup look when you're going to go to your man's house on a Friday night, but you don't know what to expect. You might tip out and go to the movies. You might go for an unexpected, date night or something, but you're ready. You're ready for whatever the night has to throw on you. For me, if I'm leaving my house to go to somebody else's house, and even if I'm going for the ding dong because it's Friday, let's be honest, this is the face I will do. I wouldn't do the full cut crease and all of that. I'll do a little bit, but not too much. Yeah. Let me look at the comments now. It's Mocha, so you can get video call and looking amazing. That makes sense for the simple day, every day. Yeah, it does make sense. So you don't have to like do full glam all the time, but I think it's so important for people to understand that there's different levels to makeup, you know? And coming up, I think next week, it's my friend's birthday, Ricardo. You guys know Ricardo. And I probably might do a short or something like that because I don't think we'll have enough time for me to do my makeup, and then I'm to do his I will say boy makeup because he's doing a photo shoot for his birthday and it's a whole production thing that I'm doing. But I'm gonna be touching up his face and I'm not gonna add on a ton of makeup or nothing like that, but I'm just gonna color correct. You know, he has beards and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna just clean him up so that he can look camera ready. So if you guys want to see something like that, let me know. Because he already told me that I can, use him for that purpose. So yeah, I'm gonna be like just adding a little bit of concealer to hide his dark spots or any blemishes on his face. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of powder just to set everything, setting spray. Very simple, very, very easy, nothing too crazy, but I love to see when men wear makeup, but not makeup to like, oh my god, he have all makeup type vibe. But a makeup artist will know that, okay, you have on a little bit of powder or you have on a little color corrector or something of that sort. We can pick it up. But for the naked eye, you guys can't pick it up. But I like to see, especially for a birthday or like a photo shoot or something like that, I do think that men can also, look refined and stuff like that. That makes yeah. So I do think that, yeah, men makeup is one of the funnest thing that I can do. I've done quite a few men makeup for like video shoots and stuff like that. Because then sometimes people have just hyperpigmentation, dark spots. Some people have acne scars that they can't cover up and they get a little insecure as men. But on set, I am there to make sure that you look your best. I've had a client and he around his nose is light, 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 and his rest of his face is more darker. So what I normally do, I go in with a little bit of either foundation or concealer, and I cover his whole nose, blend it out, and then he's good to go for TV and videos and his performance and stuff like that. And he didn't afraid to put it on because he know that he's gonna look better and it's gonna be easy for him to edit all of the videos and stuff like that. So like makeup is for everybody, guys. Like a little goes a long way. Alright. That too. Makeup. The guy who is on Fox News, he yeah, they do. Like news anchors, stuff like that, because you must understand that there's a lot of bright lights. And when you have bright lights, it tends to fade you out or it tends to make your natural skin look more bad. Or it's just like, okay, it's just like if you're on FaceTime. On FaceTime, if you guys have iPhones, FaceTime will tell you the truth. FaceTime will get up into your nooks and your crannies. You'll see the fine lines, the wrinkles, the hair, the ingrown, this, whatever, whatever. Think about it as FaceTime. So think about like when you have bright lights and cameras and stuff like that, you have to have on something to balance off all the light that's coming at you. Yeah, it's very, very, very important for them to, whatever. Let's have on makeup. Yeah, I would like to see that for a man. Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do it in a short, but I might come on live stream and do my makeup on live stream And then after I finish my makeup, I'm gonna do his makeup. It's just that if we have the time, because what he's planning on doing that day for his birthday, I listened to the schedule last night, and then he has to go and service the car in the morning. Then he's gonna deep clean the vehicle, and then he has to go and do his hair. It's a lot. So time wise, I'm not too sure how all of this is gonna happen, but I know I want his content to be contenting because it's something that I'm like kind of venturing into, like doing taking pictures. I always take pictures, but like using my Canon and taking pictures and stuff like that. So it's gonna be another little project for me. But I hope that I can get the time to show you guys what I'm talking about. If I don't do the live stream, I'm definitely gonna do a short content or like something like that so you guys can see the before and the after and then the pictures and stuff like that because it's gonna be on my Instagram as well too, stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be some really good content coming, you guys, women, because I'm tapping into my photography bag and my editing bag because I think I do a really good job of editing my pictures, taking my pictures and stuff like that. So I'm gonna tap into that more and give people the Anabu experience. Hashtag Lash Me Beat experience. So I want to do more of that. So Jet 2, hold me to it. Hold me to it. But I'm gonna get you guys that content without the shadow of a doubt. But yeah. And also, what I'm also gonna do as well too, I'm gonna go back into my archive and I'm going to post some pictures in my community tab of male makeup that I've done for movies, video shoot, etc. And you guys can see the difference in real time. Because back then I used to do before and after pictures. So I think I'm gonna see if I can find at least 5 different ones and show you guys how makeup definitely transform um, peach fuzz, acne scars, stuff like that. For men, you just basically try to find the things that are, not abnormal, but, things that they have insecurities about. Sometimes when men shave, they have a lot of ingrown hair. It leaves a mark, a scar, and stuff like that. You want to try to get rid of that. Oh, you are. What is possible to say something like for you? Pretty, pretty. For you, what's the. How did I lose my train of thought? I swear to go. Tell me. Tell me, how did I lose my train of what? Unless I want to go. Like, I feel like I was in a different dimension. The hell? And I'm not high. I have not started drinking yet. Like, what the hell is going on with me? Hi, pretty. How are you doing? I am doing well, my love. I'm doing well. I just finished doing this lovely makeup look. A no makeup look. Hope you guys like, or hope you like. Welcome to my channel. Is this your first time being here? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna come off pretty soon because I need to go and prepare for my night stream with KK in the next, 2 hours? My time? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you guys pretty soon. Welcome in, everyone. If you guys are in here for the very first time, welcome in. It's not your first time here? If it's not your first time here, welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. Thank you, darling. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have any more questions for me, let me know based on our look tonight. And yeah, what are you guys expecting to see later on with my collaboration? What are you guys expecting to see later on? What's the expectation? Let me know. Uh I'm excited to do this collaboration. I'm also nervous in a sense. Not, oh my god, shy nervous, but I'm also like, oh my god. I hope the people love me and all that good jazz. So that's, I think, I'm more nervous about just embracing the people, you know? Because I'm always in the comment section keeping it litty, you know? So I'm just a little bit nervous about that. But the makeup, I think the makeup is gonna look flawless. I think we're gonna come out there and we're gonna eat down. And it's just gonna be two bad bitches doing makeup, which I really, really can't wait. But I'm just nervous about the crowd. Yes and no. My outfit is signed, seal, and deliver, but as far as the makeup, I haven't chose something yet. Hopefully, that is the plan. That is the plan. But I just want to have a really, 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 really good time. This is iconic behavior. This is history in the making type vibe, and I'm so honored to be the first person to actually, you know, be a guest in such a prestigious house. Yeah. What do you guys want to see? It's gonna be fun. Like, it's going to be fun, but I don't know. The outfits are already picked out already, but the makeup look can also be something. Yeah. I'm gonna be in K House for the very first time, so it's gonna be iconic. It's gonna be history making. Like, I'm super excited. That's why I need to go and grab me some alcohol beverage or something because I'm gonna need it. I am going to need it. Ah, I'm not gonna be. Well, I'm gonna need some liquid courage. That's all. That's all. But it's your house, so I know you're gonna take really good care of me. And what am I talking about? The moderators, my girls and my boys are going to be in the building, so I know it's gonna be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Shape looks are more of like it's gonna be glam. It is going to be glam. Kay doesn't do too much of like creative looks, so it's going to be glam. I can't come into the young lady's house and expect her to, be too creative. But it's gonna be glam. It's going to be glamour. It's gonna be glam, which I'm excited. I am super excited. Glad you're invited. But it's gonna be super fun. I'm looking at my brows here and I was like, oh my god, like I need a little bit more powder on my brows because my hair is so dark and then my brows are so brown, but this is the look. Because normally I would go in and add a little bit more darkness to my brows. But yeah, it's gonna be glam look, so I'm super excited. My outfit is gonna be fire. I know that for a fact. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair yet though. This is my first time actually wearing my hair down, down, down. And I kind of like it. I need some big earrings, but I was going for like a more simple, officey type of look. I pull out my Versace top. You know, I'm trying to look a little bit modest and all that good jazz. But you know, if you know me and know me well, the girls are gonna come out tonight. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a cut crease. It's gonna be a cut crease something or another. Because I can't come to her house and not do a cut crease. I think she's a cut crease goddess. Yeah, I'm confident in that. I'm confident in executing a really fucking bomb look. I'm confident in that. I just don't know. I just don't know, like, you know. I'd be nervous. Even coming on my own platform, I be nervous and sometimes I have to like shake myself out of it. Because yeah. For me, although I'm comedic and all the other stuff, like when I'm dealing with something like that, I like to like have a script and like I learn the script and I come on and do whatever. I can freestyle, don't get me wrong, I can freestyle, but sometimes, you know, I want to keep the energy up. I want to make you guys entertain and still do my job. And I just have to find like, you know, the right groove. So sometimes I'd be like, oh my god, don't think about it too much. Just do you. So I'd be nervous sometimes, guys. And I know you guys can see when I'm nervous. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys know when I'm like, oh my god. If you pay attention. Yeah, you are very talented with my god, you've been very time and which Lord work. Yes. Yes. Pray for me tonight. Pray for me tonight that I will have patience with myself and also take my time because I be doing these looks really quick, so I'm gonna have to time myself. I think that's gonna be my biggest my biggest obstacle, not to move too fast. Take my time and let you guys soak all of the energy up and all that good jazz, because I tend to do my makeup very quickly. But I think it's just me being out there in the field and just doing makeup on a regular basis. It's always a time crunch. So in my mind, I'm always like, so it's second nature for me to do my makeup so quickly. Yeah. I think that's gonna be the most challenging thing for me, honestly, is to just take a deep breath and just not. And I don't think that I rush. I just think I just because I be talking and now I'm talking and I'm pausing, explaining this, having a little conversation here. Before time, guys, before time, I can remember night. We did a collaboration. Me, KK, and another person. And that person was live doing the look. We all did the same look. They stopped their live. I started my live, I think, after them doing their live. Then KK came on after me. And I think I finished before KK even started. And we were just like doing the same look the night. So I'm kind of waiting like that. But guys, I'm learning to like ease myself down and just relax and whatever. But I do my makeup very fast. It's just not even a joke. So I'm trying my best to slow it down. Slow it down. But I don't remember how it went, but just know that I came on, finished my look, edit my pictures and stuff like that before everybody else was done. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, but now I'm kind of taking my time, you know. Yeah, from beginning to end. So yeah, I don't know. And that other person, tea no shade, shade no tea, and this is not no read. And I'm not saying this to like be shady or anything like that, but the other person, they will come on this live stream and they will do their brows and a little bit of eyeshadow for 3 hours. Took a break for an hour and come back on and do foundation. And this is no shade. I cannot sit down here for 3 hours just doing my eye makeup. Like, I cannot do that. But that person used to do that. And I was like, I don't understand it. But then it's tea no shade. Everybody does makeup differently. But I can't sit down and do my eyeshadow for 3 hours or 2 hours. That's crazy to me. Calling no name, get no blame. But, yeah. So I'm excited. So I'm gonna leave you guys shortly. I'm trying to get this live stream to like 2 hours. It's one I'm on here for like 127 127 minutes. I want to get it to 150 minutes. And then we can close her down. I think that's like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. Um, yes, yes, but yeah, they did explain what they were doing, but I would leave it at that. I don't even want to get into to that situation, but they were learning makeup as well too. So in their defense, they were very green when it comes on to makeup, so I do understand it to an extent. Hi, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I do understand it to an extent. So, but I just didn't like the fact that I couldn't understand the fact of them coming on for 2 hours, taking a break for an hour or half an hour, and then come back on and finish up the look. That to me was bonkers. Yeah. But it's no shade. It's no shade, no tea. No shade, no tea. No coffee, no cream. Oh, wow. Yeah. You'll have to ask Kay what that means. It's our inside joke. But she has said it many times on the live stream, but I don't think anybody catch it. Yes, that's so true. And as I said, a lot of people they know about makeup or they do makeup on themselves, but they can't do makeup on other people. You can be a beautiful makeup artist, but then to me, if you can't do other people's makeup and you can only do your makeup, you're an artist, yes, but you're just not a makeup artist for people, if that makes sense. You're an artist because you do wonderful work. I've seen makeup artists who are so beautiful at what they do on themselves, but when it comes on to translate to another client, they do the same makeup that they do on themselves on that client. And not every client is going to look the same, or not every client is going to want their brows the same. Some people want their brows more natural than some people want it more defined. Like if you can't use your expertise in order to make your client look like how they want to look, then I don't consider you as a makeup artist. And there's a lot of people that I've seen over the years, especially with this social media hype and everybody, wanting to be, content creator, etc., etc. When you see these artists, they go out and they get invited to do other people's makeup, and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that person looks horrible. But you look at the artist and you look at the artist's makeup and you say, oh my God, they look so beautiful. But sometimes people just cannot translate makeup on other people the way that they translate makeup on themselves. So, yeah. Yeah. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Even when you have family members, like you probably have one family member in your family who, when you see them all the time, like when you're growing up or whatever, whether it's your auntie, whether it's your mom, even your mom, or whatever the case may be, or your sister, they do makeup on themselves and they look really nice. And you ask them to do your makeup, and when you look in that mirror, you're like, okay, I'm not giving what you're giving. Like your makeup looks so lovely on you, but then on me, like you don't know what you're doing. So that can happen to the best, well, to the people who consider themselves makeup artists. And this is not no shading anybody. Again, I'm just talking facts. Just pure facts. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I've seen that happen to a lot of makeup artists and people. Like, I'll give you guys another story quickly. There was a girl who got hired at my branch, and the person who hired her did not hire her based on her experience. She hired her based on her Instagram followers and the pictures that she posted on Instagram. She came, she got the job, and she was bragging, oh my God, she has so much followers on Instagram, and look at her pictures on Instagram. And being the person that I am, what I did, because I was the makeup coach, every week I pick out a particular look or a particular team that I need my paid service makeup artist to recreate. You can just say we're doing flowers or a bouquet of flowers. I want you to come with a makeup look that is inspired by flowers or a particular flower, maybe a hibiscus flower, something of that sort. She'll come to work, and there's a particular day. If you're working, you have to put on the makeup. Just say it's a Thursday, you have to put on the makeup on that day. And you also have the opportunity, if you're not working and you want to be a part of it, to take your picture, do your makeup, take your picture, send it in, and we put it on the board, and everybody will judge and vote and see who win, and then based on who win, you get a gratis or a piece of something that I have, in the back or whatever the case may be. This young lady, she came and she did a dragon on her face. The dragon looks really, really good. Not going to lie. She's like, oh no, she's not gonna take any picture at work. She's not gonna whatever. Everybody took their pictures at work because we have group pictures and stuff like that. The deadline was passing. When the lady sent me the picture, I turned to the people who were working the day and I said, does this look like the same young lady that we saw come in and work a 5-hour shift? When I tell you she photoshopped the picture, she photoshopped the picture, she photoshopped the picture. And nothing is wrong with you editing a picture, but when you edit it to the point of, oh my God, come on, man. And then she sent in the picture, and I saw the picture, and the picture was really edited, and we just laughed about it. We kiki about it. We put it up. She didn't end up winning, but it was her first client. She got the client, and she is she's Indian, and she got a black client. I'm giving you as the tea. She got a black client, and it was two sisters. So I was on this side, she was on the opposite side. If you guys know anything about Sephora, sometimes you're on the opposite side. And it was the girl that she was doing, it was her birthday, but I was doing her sister who paid for the service. I'm doing the sister's makeup and I'm getting her together XYZ. I'm looking over at the sister. The sister is looking over at her sister because she can see how her sister looks and how the makeup is applied and stuff like that. I can see that the client was not pleased with the work that the girl was doing. And as a coach and as a colleague, I am not going to stop you from doing what you're doing because then it's going to look like if, well, you're not qualified for the job or whatever the case may be. So I had to be very smart with what I'm doing. It came down to the lip combo. As you guys know, there's many different type of lip pencils in Sephora and stuff like that. It's only a handful. When I tell you a handful at the time of brown lip liners that they sell in Sephora. And obviously we can't use products that we, have from the drugstore or stuff like that. You have to use everything from Sephora. She went on and she put on this lip liner on the young lady. And if you guys want to even go into technical forms when it comes on to lips. For black people, sometimes we have textured lips. Sometimes the bottom lip is pinker than the top lip. Sometimes it's hyperpigmentation, it just looks dark, etc. So you have to find the perfect brown lip liner to put on so it makes sense. If you put on a lip liner that is going to blend into the skin and it's just going to look like her skin, that's not going to give you definition. That's not going to give you any kind of vadavam. She jumped and she got one that is the girl's, basically like her foundation color. So you can imagine everything just looked flat. She turned to me and she was like, "Oh, can you tell her to use a pencil, whatever, whatever." I turned to her and I said, "My love, in order for you to give her a nude lip, because she's requiring a nude lip, you have to get a pencil that is a little bit more darker. I'm using one right now. I think that one was from Makeup Forever. You need something like this." The young lady looked at me and she told me, "I know, I know, I know. Hi, darling. Welcome in. I'm just doing a little story time." The young lady told me, "Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know." That's was her exact words. "I know, I know, I know, I know, I know." I said, "Okay, no problem." I continued with her sister and finished her sister. The young lady stopped and said, "Oh, I'm not liking this. I'm not loving this. Da 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 da. The other lady told you to use a darker lip and da 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 da." And the lady was upset because obviously it was her birthday. She was going out, probably taking pictures and etc. etc. Remember, this is the girl that on social media, her pictures were flawless. Her blending was flawless. Everything was flawless. But now put into the test. In real life, she could not perform the way that she needed to perform. That's why I said sometimes social media can be the death of you or it can elevate you to a higher level if you have the knowledge. And the young lady started to cuss and get on and get on and get on. I finished with my client. My client was happy with her look, etc., etc. The manager had to get involved. The manager had to get involved because the lady was so upset and da 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 da. As the makeup coach, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my worker because obviously it's going to look bad as a coach, you know, to have a client here cussing about something or whatever, whatever. But because it went to the manager level, the manager dealt with it, and I think she got a refund or something of that, or she come back or whatever, Anyhow, who's when she came back to me and I sought her out another day or whatever the case may be. But after that, I had to have that conversation with the young lady. I don't think she lied on her resume. It's just that she over edit her portfolio to the point that you look at her portfolio, look at her Instagram, because I think her Instagram is what she used as her portfolio. And the way that it looks, you will think that she knows exactly what she's doing. But then when you're going into Photoshop and you're editing your pictures to the point of it not even looking like you or your clients, then you can find some discrepancy in her resume. So I pulled her aside and I said, as your makeup coach and all of that, I did pull you aside and I did tell you that the liner that you were using was not the right color, and not every black person you're gonna jump for the darkest shade in whatever brand that you like. It's not gonna work. When it comes on to darker complexion, you have to have something that has more warmth and stuff like that. Even her foundation was off. The powder that she used was off because she used a Laura Mercier translucent powder. And anybody know that Laura Mercier powder, if you don't know what you're doing with that powder can make you look ashy. It can make you look like, oh my god, like you're ready to go to heaven. So the makeup overall was trashy. And in her defense, she is an Indian, so she does more Indian makeup. But when you're working in Sephora, when you're working with diverse people, you have to have a level of understanding about different skin tones, different textures, etc., etc. And that's one of the reasons why I don't believe in the process that Sephora used before when they're hiring these people, because they're not coming with knowledge per se, and then you throw them into the lion's den and they're gonna get hurt. But it's a good and a bad thing because obviously she will learn from her mistakes. But as a brand, you don't want to have these kind of mistakes that could have easily been rectified at the back. And that whole thing that happened was a part of a bigger process, because when I was going into Sephora, I had to do training on Caucasian people and Asian people, and I said, okay, that's no problem because y'all think that I couldn't do it, but my resume speaks for itself. But I did it nevertheless. I said, when you have other people of other races doing makeup, let them learn how to do it on a black person, because you guys are missing out on black people coming here and getting their makeup done and being happy. Everyday look today, real natural. Yes. Yeah, so it's crazy. It is so crazy. And I didn't like it. So after that happened, I had to put my foot down and I was like, you know what, if you guys gonna have new people coming in here, we have to be fair across the board. We need to be trained on all different skin type. We are a very diverse cast of people. We have Indians, we have Caucasians, we have Filipinos, we have a lot of them people working with us. Let's use them as a model and learn how to do different faces. Did anyone said looks I know? No. I think something was I think somebody said something, I think it was something about the eyeshadow, I think. I might Candace, did you say anything about the eyeshadow? I think you did, but I can't remember. I think you did say something about the eyeshadow look or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, after that, I just had to put on my foot. And then if we're going to do it for me, or if you guys want to not force me to do other nationality, but if it's a part of my training, because I had to do that in order to become a coach and stuff like that. And I'm saying it has to be the same way around for anybody else to learn how to do black people's makeup. And that's why in this particular branch, the black people don't feel comfortable coming here because you guys don't treat them with the level of respect that is due to them. And you don't color match them properly, etc. I can go on and on and on. Bonnie, welcome in. Welcome. Bonnie, you need to change your name. Why is your name all of these? I don't know what. I don't know what language is that. I don't know. It's not Chinese. I don't think so. Bonnie, why you don't change your name? Because I don't remember your name when you come in here, and I know you come in here religiously. Oh, Laladi. Mm-hmm. OMG. You see, that's why I keep quiet, because I don't want to disrespect or call you a wrong name. My humble apologies, my love. My humble apologies. But I do see you coming here all the time, and I do see you over in K live stream as well. But that's why I don't call you out because I don't remember your name for the sake of me. And I don't want to call something wrong and then you feel disrespected. So that's why I always try to acknowledge you when you come in, but I just don't call any names because I didn't remember. I love you down, Joe. You always come here and show me love. And I respect you for that. But you don't have to change your name, my love. I was just, being a little bit extra. You don't have to change your name at all. Because I think what YouTube is doing now, they're showing your at name and not the name that you choose. So sometimes it can get a little bit dicey, guys. It can get a little bit dicey. So sometimes I just try to stay on the, you know, and not try to piss people off and stuff like that. Because I know it's so important when people come into your chat that you call them out and they feel like they're part of a family. And I never want to disrespect anyone, call them out to their names or anything like that. So I try to tread lightly where that is concerned. But yeah, but thank you so much for being here. And yeah, the moral of the story is like sometimes you can't. The moral of the story is sometimes you can't really judge a book by its cover based on what you see. Sometimes people have to show you what they can do, especially when it comes on to stuff like artistry and stuff like that. You have to show me what you can do. But yeah, I hope you guys like that little story time. Did you like my little story time? And I have a lot more. I have a lot more that I can definitely share with you guys. Because trust me, working at Sephora has really, really, really opened my eyes to certain things. It has opened my eyes to certain things, and I have a lot of appreciation for a lot of people as well too in the field. And I can also share some, some interesting things that I've, products that I've been into I did. I'll share this because it's a short story. My friend, who is ex gangster, yeah, he's an ex gangster. He's now, have a child, and he's trying to live the narrow life, like the good boy life right now, being a father and all that other stuff, and I respect him for that. But he used to be in the streets, and he's like, oh, his brethren is having a photo shoot at this hotel, and they need a makeup artist. And when I tell you, I normally dress up very, very nicely when I'm going to my gigs and stuff like that, but I know the type of energy that it was going to be there. So I said I wanted to look as least appealing to anybody in that kind of setting. So I wear a big ass jumper suit, like a winter suit. And I think it was in the winter, I'm not too sure. When I pull up to the hotel and we enter into the master suite or whatever, when I tell you there was so much people, so much men in the room, you have guns, you have all the illegal stuff, and in there smell like weed and whatever. You have the cameraman, whatever. You have money on the ground. It was crazy. I felt so uncomfortable, but I was with my really good friend, so I know that nothing was gonna happen to me. But it was just an eerie situation. Like, in my mind, I was like, this is the time that I know that there is some murderers in here. There are some, you know, obviously drug dealers in here and stuff like that. Like, anything can go left. Anything can go left in here at this present point. There was one girl, and she was like the headliner of the video and stuff like that. And we went into the bathroom for me to do her makeup, and she was like, oh, she's so happy that another girl is here because it was just all a bunch of men. And then she got the call earlier today, and she didn't want to come, but then she ended up coming. And then when she realized that it was just all men, she got uncomfortable. And then they had her in like a bikini type of thing, and she was shaking ass and doing all the things, and they were throwing money on her and whatever. But that bond that we had in the bathroom, really, like, she needed that. She needed that to continue. When I tell you she was shaking, like literally shaking, she was just there to do what she needed to do. Jabal, welcome in, Jabal. Welcome in, Jabal. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a long while. Welcome in. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling better. Welcome back out to the YouTube streets. Hope you're feeling good. I never worked at Mac. I worked at Sephora. I don't know what the experience being a Mac worker is. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I might volunteer, not volunteer. Maybe I might do a part time with Mac and see what they're giving. But I've never worked at no other retail store other than Sephora Canada. Yeah, and that young lady, yeah, she needed that support. We did that video, and I can tell you now, the video never seen the light of day because the guy who was singing and the person who was videoing, they got into some altercation for the money and stuff like that. So that's a video that will never see the light of day, and I worked on it, but I did get paid. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of projects that I've worked on that never seen the light of day because of issues with the people who are editing and the artists and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a part of the business anyways. But once your girl got paid, that's all that matters. But yeah, that was the most interesting video shoot that I ever went on. And I was just very uncomfortable, but I was there to do a job. And a job I had to do, and I did it. But if I wasn't there, I don't know. And I don't even know what happened to the young lady after I left because I was just wanting to do my work and just get out of there because it was just the energy was off. The vibe was off and I was like, "Oh my god, I just need to do what I need to do and go home." And I came off of working an 8-hour shift. I was tired, I was gooped, I was gagged, but it was the most uncomfortable working experience on a video shoot specifically that I've ever encountered. But it's time for me to wrap this live stream up. So you guys find her better than... Yeah, definitely. I'm a nurturer. I'm a nurturer, so I'm going to always look out for people who I feel that, don't have the best, you know, or not in the best situation. So I helped her out the best that I can. And I think she did leave when we were leaving, but I don't know who she left with. I didn't know who she came with. But just having those interactions and doing her makeup and stuff like that, she just really needed somebody to talk to. And she was basically, she's, I don't know if she was me. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if she was a sex worker or something like that, but she definitely gives me that vibe that somebody's like over her, if that makes sense. Like, But I hope that she's doing well wherever she are right now. But it was just a very weird situation. It's a very weird situation. But I'm glad that I gave her the comfort that she needed and just the security that another girl is there for her and she doesn't have to feel alone with. And when I tell you, it was a bunch of people there and all men. It was just a ton of men with guns and this and that. And like, it was crazy. So, yeah, that was the most wildest experience working on a video shoot for me. Yeah, I was trying. I was trying my best, but, you know, she looked like if she was drugged up or stuff like that. She just didn't look. It gives you very much. It was like a movie. It was like a scene out of a movie, really and truly. It was like a scene out of the movie, but there's nothing I can do to help her other than, giving her the confidence. We did makeup because she didn't have on no makeup. Because I think I came there halfway into the video shoot. So she had on no makeup for the whole first part of the video shoot. So I just make sure that her makeup was done, da da da, and she started like feeling a little bit more confident and stuff like that. I just did what I can. Yeah. I just did what I can, but it was one of those moments where I'm like, oh my god, thank God that I have strong people around me, especially in the field. Because I'll tell you guys this very quick and very short. Being in the makeup field in Toronto, a lot of men will play in your face. A lot of women will play in your face as well. The photographers, they want to work with you, but they want to take you out. They want to get in your goods and services. There'll be producers who wants to get into, you know, yeah, it's just a lot. If you don't have a strong mindset, you can easily get carried away and think that this person is going to elevate your life or whatever the case may be. I've had a person go as far as booking me to go out of town, paid all of my requirements, and then when I reached to the location, told me that unfortunately the reservation, something went wrong with the reservation, da 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 da, and then we had to go to like a hotel inn, and then he was trying to stay in the same room with me, and I was like, hell to the no. So A lot of things can happen in that field, so you just have to be very, very careful. There's more to that story, but I will not get into that story right now because that's too much. But you just have to be careful out here in these streets when people book you for your services. You just have to be very, 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 very careful. But without further ado, let's play the track one more time and then we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Oh, you love my story time. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I'll do more story times, like especially if I finish my makeup really early or like too quick. I'll definitely give you guys story time. But that one, that one that because it was Ottawa. I live in Toronto. Ottawa is like, I think 3 hours away by drive, and we went there for a weekend, and he basically was telling me that he's going for like he plays piano. He was going for some kind of award show, something like that, and then they need a makeup artist, and he knows that I do makeup, and he wanted to take me out there. He paid for, we were driving there, so he didn't have to pay for me to fly out there. We were driving together, etc., etc. He paid me my fee and all the other stuff, but the, he wanted me, and he wanted to show me off to his friends and stuff like that. Like if me and him are together, I don't know. It was just a weird experience, a weird situation to be in. But I'll tell you this much: we were supposed to be there for the whole weekend. We landed on the Friday evening. We were back in Toronto by the Saturday because of me behaving like a crazy woman. Like when I tell you I had to scream, I had to yell at him and I said, if you only touch me, I'll call the police. It was crazy. And when I found out, because he has like a wife and a kid and all this other stuff, like it was like maybe like a retreat for old guys. I don't know, for them to bring their side chicks or what. I don't know what it was. Because I didn't end up going to the event. I didn't end up going to the event. I stayed in the motel. And he went to the event by himself. And then I grabbed all of my stuff and then I came back home to Toronto. When he left, I took a bus back home to Toronto. But lucky thing I had money. And that's another thing too, as a makeup artist, like, and you're going to do certain stuff, make sure that you have hush money. Hush money is basically money that you put up just in case something's supposed to happen. If you're in a situation that you need to get out of, make sure you have hush money. Very, very vital and very important. I had to take my ass on a bus and come back to Toronto because I wasn't going to get taken care. I wasn't going to get taken advantage of, and I wasn't going to do anything that I didn't want to do. If I'm here for a job and I'm here to do makeup, that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be an extra in your video. I'm not here to do nothing else than do makeup and go to my yard. Point blank, period. If you're not booking me to do makeup, hair, photo shoots, all of that type of stuff, leave me alone. I know I look hot, I know I look good, whatever the case may be. A lot of time, a lot of time we'll do that too. Oh, you look so nice. Da, da, da. Can you be in my music video? I said, no. Are you paying me? You're paying me to do makeup, yes, and I'm here to do makeup. You're not paying me to come on your music video and dance and do all the things on them for free. No. I'm a makeup artist. I know I look good, but I will not jump into a music video because you need people and your dancer didn't show up or something of that sort. Like, excuse me? No. I'm here to do your makeup and your makeup only. That's all I'm going to do. So you have to be very careful as a business owner, especially an entrepreneur, doing your own thing, especially in these streets, because you just never know who's who. And you never know if they have your best interest at heart. That's why, for me, when I'm going out on work and stuff like that, I make sure I share my location with my close friends. They know what I'm going. They know who I'm going to. They know the company that I'm working with. They know the person who booked me. They see the invoice, everything like that. I have everything in a file just to make sure that I'm safe. And if something's supposed to happen to me, you can click that email and see everything that you need to see. I am very, very much, very, very, very much paranoid that way. And that's another reason why I don't date people in Canada as well too, because I don't like meeting people for the very first time, not knowing where they come from, all this other stuff. Like I don't do that. And even when I had my vehicle and I'm going to meet somebody for the very first time, you're driving, I'm driving, and you're not gonna pick me up. I'm sorry. I'll drive to the location. It's a general location. We'll meet there. When we're done, I'm gonna jump into my vehicle. You jump into yours. Yeah. Sometimes I don't even want to rely on Ubers. But yeah. But I love you guys so, so, so much. I think I talked too much. We're going to play our song. And then I'm going to get my cute ass out of here. I'm going to take pictures and all that good jazz. But thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Let's see if I'm going to have to fire this DJ. Let's see if I'm going to have to fire this DJ. What's going on here? But yes, guys, I have a lot of stories that I can tell. But let's play this outro music. Oh, you don't use Uber? I use Uber, but not as much. Because last year, around after, I think, after this summer, my vehicle started to overheat and I've been spending a lot of money on it. So I decided to sell it. So I haven't gotten back a vehicle from since last year's summer. But I'm planning to get a vehicle pretty soon, hopefully for my birthday. You know, I probably might buy myself another vehicle. So for now, I'm an Uber type of girl, or I get picked up from my friends who drive. Yeah, but I love driving myself. I love having my own vehicle. You couldn't tell me nothing when I used to meet in my vehicle. But I don't like Ubers like that too. And then yeah, some Ubers be not clean. Their vehicle is smelling a hot mess. Taking an Uber in the winter time, and the driver has sitting down in that car for the whole day, and they smell like last night, and the heat is on in the vehicle. It's one of the worst experiences ever. So I, yeah, if I don't have to, I'm not going to do it. If my ride is not secured like that, I'm not going to leave my house. I'm just sorry. Yeah. Oh, you're scared of getting into a vehicle. I'm I'm scared, but not as scared. Not as scared. I can remember a time I was in a Uber and the Uber driver started going a different route, and that was the only time that I got scared because like where this person taking me? But he probably just know a better route than what the GPS was telling him. So I felt a little bit comfortable after that. But I was like, what are you doing? But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for 15 likes. After this song, it's not even the one that I wanted to play. After this song, guys, I am going to say goodbye to you. And then you guys are going to see me on the lovely KK live stream later on this evening. Well, probably in like 2 hours, actually. Hopefully, we're on time. So I'm going to have to go take pictures, do what I need to do. So I will see you guys over there later on. I need to go and get me some liqueur. I don't know what I'm gonna get yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do wine or I'm gonna do hard liquor. But I love you guys down to the ground. We're gonna play this outro song and then yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my live stream tonight. It was more easy. It was for the girls who don't like makeup. I want to be able to come on here and give you guys variety. Variety. Hello. Mirror light brushing on. When she step out, them can't stand. Face be clean, waist go low. Every movement temperature grow. From lashes to the glossy brow, she don't whisper, she shut it down. Confidence loud, body in tune. When I now boot touch your place, boom. Wine slow, then speed it up. Baseline hit, make it spill your cup. From the chair to the dance floor crew. Make up flawless, attitude too. I beat when I boom wine. Face on fire and the waistline fine. Raw energy, she cross the line. Make the whole place lose their mind. Beat to the drum go hard. 90 BPM, she the hard. Sexy pose, she only night. Instant up, so the when she move, everybody know. Not shy, she free, she bad and blessed. She don't need talk, she pass the test. Camera flash, sweat drip slow. Carnival heat from head to